Shit. Okay, so this message is, or this video is for Jamaya Green. I just thought I would answer these questions in a video. I've never done that before. Just trying something new. So she asked me about uh, transitioning off of the watermelon and do I have a date? Um, I'm trying to keep this short. I fucking made this video like 3 times already. And it's just long as fuck. So I'm trying to keep it short. Um, I don't have a trend. I don't even. I have no like. I'm not planning on like transition. Like, what do that mean? I'm like this how I eat now. You know what I mean? Like when I hear transition, like when I fasted or cleansed or took a break from food, like solid foods or whatever. You know, that's what I think about when I read how will I transition. Because when I back then, it's like my transition, I never transitioned the way they say you supposed to. I never just gradually went back to the solid heavy foods. I just jumped right back in. And I don't know one recommend that. Blah blah blah. That's what I've always done. I never had no special protocol, you know. Um, but this time though it's different. Because all those times before I had addictions, I don't have any addictions anymore. So this is my lifestyle now. Like I don't even see this, what I'm doing, just eating one fruit as a cleanse, as a detox or anything like that. It's not a diet. It's none of that. It's a lifestyle. It's just how I get down now. It's how I eat. Now, some shit happened while I'm doing this, like health wise, if, I start having issues or anything like that, then, I'm going to scale it down a little bit if I feel I need to. But like that don't even make sense to me because I'm eating God's food. I'm eating what was put here for me to eat. Like how the fuck can I get sick off of that? Like that don't even make sense to me, like at all. Like it doesn't even, like when people say that, it's like there's a, I don't know, like how a computer can malfunction or something, or like you try to do something and, an error pops up on it. It's like that. Like I can't even understand that logic. Like it just sounds absolutely ridiculous to me. Like you're saying, like what you're, not you, but I'm just saying, and I'm just going all off track and shit. This is just what the fuck I do, I guess. But so what you're saying, again, not you, is God's food isn't good enough. You need to include man's food. Man, the bullshit that man makes that they call food. You need to include something that man, no, that don't even compute. You need to include some shit that was made in a factory. No, I don't. You need to shut the fuck up. You need to include some shit in your diet that was made in a laboratory. No, I don't. You're a fucking idiot. You need to shut the fuck up. You're ignorant. You're brainwashed. You're deceived. You're in the dark. You're lost. You're blind. You're confused. You're stupid if you believe that. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. You just are. You just are. If you're in the dark, if you're lost, if you're blind, if you're confused, if you're disconnected from nature, being stupid is just a byproduct of that disconnection. I'm not saying it to like be mean. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. The more disconnected you are from nature, the dumber you will be. Period. Period. And so when I hear shit like that, it don't compute. So when watermelon goes out of season, like when watermelon isn't available here, because right now, that's kind of what I'm leaning to. I'm just gonna go until watermelon isn't available here anymore, and not the seedless bullshit. I ain't knocking it. It just don't resonate with me. Like as soon as I look at it, like that red don't look right to me. Like that ain't natural. Like I don't know what the fuck they did, but that shit don't even look natural to me. So to seed it, when I can't get seeded anymore, then you know, like right now, the plan is to just I'm gonna do the same thing with another fruit. I'm gonna do the same thing with another fruit. I was thinking grapes, because I love grapes. And let me see. So I'll probably do this till about, I'm thinking like September is probably around the time I won't be able to get watermelon anymore. And then, but grapes, I'll be able to get grapes pretty abundantly, like organic grapes. So, and then you asked, and I just noticed by heart now because, like I said, I fucking made this video so many times, trying to keep it short. So that's what that is. And how did I decide on watermelon? How did I, did I just wake up one day and do this? Is something like what you asked? And yeah, that was pretty much it. It was very spontaneous. It wasn't planned or anything like that. I was just, through the shadow work, I'm always doing shadow work, always. And so I had did a year on fruit, maybe like a couple years ago. And after that year, I just started having cravings. And I didn't want to go like full scale back to the bullshit, like to the dead animals and the dairy and shit. So I started eating vegan products. That shit is not food either. That shit is sad culture too. They just, the fucking name would deceive you. It got me, had me thinking I was eating healthy. I was fucking going nuts. I was going nuts. I was going to vegan trucks and just getting one of everything. Sitting at a table and just spreading that shit out. At like 5 fucking meals. Like everything on the truck, I got one of. And I'm just going down the line. I eat this, eat that, eat that, eat that, eat that. And then I realized that shit ain't food either. I realized that shit is addictive too. I was hung up on that. And so, like I said, I'm always doing shadow work because there's always a reason for me to do shadow work. You know what I mean? But it's like, what the fuck is going on here? I just did a year of fruit. Why can't? And it started getting harder and harder for me to eat fruit. Long story short, I realized I had like some real addictions, and I started this watermelon to break them. And the addictions were broken. Like doing the watermelon was the action that I needed to take, that I discovered through the shadow work. But it was the shadow work. It was the coming into the awareness of the truth. It was my discovery of certain truths that I didn't know that broke all these addictions that I had. The salts, the starches, fucking fats and oils. I believe like on my second day on the watermelon, like the first day, I could even say like the first day, like those addictions were gone. It was like as soon as I made the decision to take action, the addictions were broken. So yeah, that's how that came about. Of course, there's definitely a lot of backstory to that. But again, I'm trying to keep this video short. So if you got any more questions or anything, then you could DM me. Let's reach out.